Hi, how are you? I hope you are well. It's wicked to see you. Hello. Good afternoon. It's Wednesday. It's 5 o'clock on the dot exactly. And as I've been doing for the last few weeks, I'm going live to tell you about my week, to tell you about the things that I've been doing, to talk to you, to share one of my favorite reviews with you, and discuss an important question with you. Let's just start basics. Who am I? If you've just joined the group, if you're just seeing this for the first time, let me just tell you who I am. My name is Luke. Hello. And I'm the author of thrillers. I've got 3 out generally. They're behind me. You can see them on that shelf, carefully placed there. Kathmandu's number 1, Hong Kong number 2, and Berlin number 3. And I released last week the prequel to Kathmandu, but I only released it to my mailing list, and that is called Koh Tao. I'm going to show you the cover actually, because I can do that. There it is. I love the cover for this. I love the cover for all my books actually. I'm really, really pleased with them. And I have been for the last few weeks jumping on doing a Facebook Live just once a week via my Facebook page here to talk to you about what I'm doing, to talk to you about the things that I'm working on, and to pose a question to you. I'm going to do that straight away now. This was one I was really interested in actually. I'm interested to see what you think. Today's question, what do you think about books being re-edited after they've been released? Now, this week, I always said when I've released a certain number of books, I'll read through them again and check that they all make sense. Make sure they all flow properly and sort of things they work as a series. That was always my intention. And now I've got 4 out, and the 5th one is in first draft form. So the story's there. It just needs sort of tweaking and perfecting. I thought it's a good time to start doing that. So I started reading through Kathmandu again this week, and just correcting some small little sentence order things, little stuff that doesn't really make a massive difference. But there's a few scenes that I wouldn't have put in now. There's a few scenes that if I was writing that today, I wouldn't have put them in. They're a bit slow. They're too introspective of the characters. They're just sort of thinking about something. There's not really enough going on. It doesn't really, the story's not sort of pumping enough in my mind now. What do I do about that? Do you think as a reader, it should stay the same? It was released as it is. Obviously correct the spellings and make it better if there's something like that you notice. But do you think it should stay the same? It's released. It is what it is. Move on. Or do you think it's worth tweaking those things and improving those things? Would you be irritated if the version that you read now is a bit old? The version that you read a few weeks ago, whenever you read it, maybe you haven't read it yet. If that improves in the future, let me know what you are thinking, and we'll discuss that in a couple of minutes' time. Okay, we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes' time. First of all, what I would like you to do, or now what I'd like you to do, is share with you my review of the week. This is a review of my book, Hong Kong. I haven't even got the cover of Hong Kong in here. That's annoying, isn't it? I should have that. This is a review of my book, Hong Kong, and it's by a guy called Mark Fern, and it was posted in his group Bookmark on Facebook. It's a great group. I'm in there now, as he's posted a couple of my books in there. If you're into sort of reading new things, he seems to read a lot. He reads a couple of books a week, and he's always posting in there the books that he is reading and what he thinks about them. And he has posted a review this week of my book, Hong Kong, which I'm going to read for you now. Leo is back, recovered from Kathmandu, and now together with Alyssa have set up their own investigating missing persons company. Jamie's in prison, awaiting trial for murder, a crime he didn't commit. But the woman is missing and her blood found in his car. But then a woman turns up in Hong Kong called Jamie. Has this woman stolen Jamie's identity? The book follows the story of Leo and Alyssa, who go off to Hong Kong to find out the shocking truth, whilst Leo wonders if he will ever see his missing of 2 years girlfriend, Maya. Once again, it's all systems go, and many stories are brought together in this high-action follow-up to Kathmandu. And once again, I liked Leo and his panicky personality and his normalness, although in this story, he did show a bit more oomph at getting what he wanted. I'm really enjoying this series. It's easy to read and connect with, and the stories, which could be complex, as I say, there are many subplots interwoven, are set out so you don't lose track. Really good. Roll on, Berlin, Book 3. There you are. I like to hear that. I always like to hear good reviews. So thank you for that. Don't forget, reviews to authors like myself mean so much. We absolutely love hearing what you think. We love hearing what you think, but also we love it because websites like Amazon and things like that really rely on reviews, and people like Mark who's sharing them on his Facebook group to the other subscribers on there. That's brilliant. I'm really hopeful that some of the people that follow him do that. If you would like to leave a review for any of my books and you haven't already, I would be so grateful for you to do that. All you got to do is it's lukerichardsonauthor.com/reviews. I'm going to put that on the screen right now. I think I can do that very, very quick, very, very easily. lukerichardsonauthor.com/reviews. There we go. Add. Boom. There we go. lukerichardsonauthor.com/reviews. And on there, you get a link to all of my books that can be reviewed so far. Koh Tao isn't out widely yet, so you won't be able to review that for Amazon and that sort of thing. But if you have read it, I'd love to hear what you think. Send that over to me, and I will. I'd love to use that in some of my promotional things. Right. Let's have a quick look, see who is in the chat room. Alison, hi. How are you? Are you doing well? Yes, thank you. I'm doing fine. I can see your comments to our question, and I will be back. We'll talk about that in just a moment. The question, to remind you that I want to discuss with you today is, what do you think about books being re-edited after they've been released? What do you think about that? Hold that. Pop that in the comments. We're coming to that in a couple of minutes time. Just pop that in the comments what you think. What I mean is, obviously, if someone messages me saying something doesn't make sense or I've made a mistake, I'll correct that, fine. But what I mean is, do you think you should make any larger edits, move chapters around, remove some chapters if you think later on they don't make sense? Or do you think once it's out, move on, next thing? How do you feel about that as a reader? That's what I'm asking you, and we'll talk about that in a second. Hello, if you've just joined us. I know people jump in and out of these things all the time. And let me also give a massive shout out to people who listen afterwards. I've had messages from a number of people who say they can't make the time, or they're in a different time zone, and they always listen afterwards. So hello, and I love the fact that you guys are emailing me and giving me your comments on the topic, on the question. Okay, Koh Tao was released on Friday. It was released exclusively to my mailing list. I've loved the people that have bought that. Thank you for doing so. That's so helpful to me in one respect, and you're buying it directly from me. So that's so helpful. I really appreciate that. If you are on my mailing list and you haven't yet bought it, I would love it if you did, if you want to. Okay, I'd love it if you could. The link is in the email that I sent you on Friday. I will resend it today to those of people that haven't opened it, and I will send another email out on Friday to everyone if you haven't got that. Okay, it's people have been really sort of complimentary about this book. I've really enjoyed doing it. Things like this: intense, thrilling, mysterious, captivating, all these sorts of comments. I shared loads of them last week. Highly recommended to anyone who loves adventure and travel. I've loved writing this book. I really enjoyed writing it. I really enjoyed sort of going back to Leo as that guy before Kathmandu and coming up with the backstory. I mean, I knew in my mind part of what he did at that time. I sort of got part of it, but exploring that in more detail, I really, really enjoyed doing. So that is available for people on my mailing list. If you're not on my mailing list, of course, you can jump on there straight away. There we go. lukerichardsonauthor.com/mailing list. You'll get the link sent straight to you. If you've got no interest in joining my mailing list, it will be out on Amazon in the normal way on August the 14th. So you'll just have to wait, a month yesterday for that to come out. Okay. Alison said she would like more background info on Maya. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Maybe I should do a prequel to the prequel. We will see. Right, let's have a look at this question. The question we're talking about today. Still not too late to jump in and tell me what you think. What do you think about books being re-edited after they have been released? That's the question we are talking about. I saw Alison that wrote a comment. I'm going to jump in and read that now. I wouldn't mind, especially if it adds to the storyline, and it depends if you have to purchase the book again. I would say no, you don't have to purchase the book again. Because of the wonder of ebooks, all you'd do is you'd go back onto the store and you'd delete it from your Kindle or your device. You go back onto the store from which you bought it and you re-download the book. That's how I would do it. If you bought a paperback, it makes it slightly more difficult. But if it was me, I would say, I'll send you the ebook for free. If you emailed me and said, I've done the paperback, I realize you've made some changes, I'll send you that ebook for free. I wouldn't be able to send you another paperback though, I'm afraid. So that would be a shame for people that read in that way. What do you think? I'm going to sign off in a couple of minutes. If you've got any thoughts on this, pop your thoughts in the comments there. If you're listening to this after time, give me a message. What do you think about books being re-edited after they've been released? I don't necessarily mean spellings or the basic little things. I mean sort of changing chapters around, perfecting things, you know, because you might have really liked a chapter and that might not make it at a later stage of the book. And what do you think about that? I mean, I know famous authors have done this. They do editions, don't they? Every 5 to 10 years or something, they re-release a book and it's slightly changed the phrasing sometimes to make things a little bit more, you know, just to make them not, because they can date, can't they? They can sound a little bit dated after time, you know, so those sorts of things. Right. That's the question. It's still going to stay there. If you have got any thoughts on this, let me know. Okay, put them in the comments wherever you happen to be watching this video. I will see you next week when we'll do another one of these, Wednesday live at 5. I'm enjoying them. I hope you are as well. It's a nice way for me to get in touch with you in a quite straightforward way. And I love that you're tuning in and watching either live or on the replay here on Facebook, on Twitter, or on YouTube. Thanks so much as ever for tuning in. Thank you for your comments and thank you for your buying my books. Oh, one more thing. Kathmandu, where is it? There we go. Kathmandu giveaway. One more week for this. All right, one more week. I've given away an incredible number. I think it's about 1,500 copies of this now, which I'm really pleased about, actually. Yeah, really pleased about. So if you've got a copy, jump in, get reading. If you haven't read it yet, if you want to recommend it to someone, that's the link: lukerichardsonauthor.com/Kathmandu giveaway. That's it. I'm going. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you all very, very soon.